Hi, Charles. Hi, Faith. Hi, Sandra. Joyful. Thank y'all for joining me today. Before I begin, I always set intentions. So this morning, I've had like all these deep, profound thoughts. Like, how could I start a revolution today? How could I make a difference in the world? And I want to talk about like the people on the land before me. And I was thinking, and I sat down and wrote, to those, like I spoke this out and then realized I needed to quickly write it down so I could share with y'all. To those who lived and loved on this land before me, I honor you. May your wisdom and strength flow through my words. Help me carry what must be carried forward. And then I heard the whispers of the ancestors of the land, like the Chickasaw wisdom keepers. And they knew how to speak through symbols, through nature, dance, and even silence, right? So they were wisdom keepers. And so I said, to those who loved and lived this land before me, I honor you. May your wisdom and strength flow through my words. Help me carry what must be carried forward. And then I thought about all the Southern women who have, God, there's a thick spiritual presence in the South of women, specifically in my region, whose stories have never been told. They were healers, midwives, poets, preachers without pulpits, and medicine women, root workers, the black midwife or indigenous midwife, the poetic recluse. And I feel an affinity for those women, right? Because I feel like I'm one of those women who have finally broken this curse, this vow of silence, and now I'm speaking. Hey, Miss Joan. So I want to take a minute to honor the whispering ancestors, the Chickasaw Nation, the Chickasaw wisdom keepers, the earth-based ancestral gods, and those forgotten Southern women. Okay, the healers, midwives, poets, preachers without pulpits, the medicine women, and the poetic recluse who was never published, but her journals were filled with prayers and prophecies. I feel affinity, and I know that they can help me speak my truth without fear and I know they can help me be seen without selling out. There are many people who are being bought with a price right now, and so I want to hold space for these energetic women coming forward to help me. To the women who carried wisdom in silence, may I be the voice that sets your stories free today. Speak through me. And also, I have to talk about these women who were torn between and touched by the trauma and confusion of the Civil War, right? Whose sons fought and died in battle against each other. There are wandering spirits of both Confederate and Union armies nearby, and they want to be heard. Their stories want to be told. And I don't want to wait for a spotlight anymore, and I don't want to sell out. So I'm being very careful as I tap into all these energies. So I want to set this intention today before we go any further, okay? Let the ones who need me feel me before they find me. Let my name become a bell rung in the hearts. Let my voice stir memory, stir truth, stir light. I'm not here to hide. I'm not here to be forgotten. I'm here to be heard, to be felt, to be loved, and I'm ready. These women who have had to be silenced, and I think about them often as I sit on my swing and write these and share these poems. And so some of y'all don't know me. I'm going to back up here and hold space for y'all. Thank you for joining me. If you're new, I appreciate it. And for those who return to me time and time again, thank you for holding and sharing time and space with me. I love each of you so much, and I hope you feel that love through my energy and through this screen, okay? I actually wrote this out today because I know whenever I'm trying to make it short and simple, I leave a lot of the details out, the details that matter. Okay, so I want to talk today about the space between death and life, okay? And then I'll get into it and we can have questions or open up things. So, thank you, ancestors. Thank you, spirit guides. Thank you, ancestral wisdom holders. We appreciate you and we are grateful for you. I'm going to tell you it's going to be a lot harder to discern who is coming to you with a true story and who is coming to you with a price tag. So I hope that you feel the space between death and life when I read it to you, because I'm reading it now. I talk freely and speak freely from my heart, but this morning I sit down and wrote this, and I thought I need to share it in this format, okay? When my dad died, a part of me went with him. At the same time, my own body was beginning to shut down, and nobody could tell me why. Doctor after doctor said it was stress, a broken heart, and I told myself the same thing, but I kept getting sicker and sicker. One day, and I remember the day, it was May 30th, actually, about 10 years ago. I was at work with a patient, and I passed out at work with the patient in the room. And from that day, I never got to go back to work again. Eventually, I saw many different specialists, and I was diagnosed with Shy-Drager syndrome, or multisystem atrophy. It's a rare, degenerative, and it was supposed to be the end of my story. My marriage ended shortly after that, and I incurred tens of thousands of dollars of debt. From the divorce and the title loans that he took out, it left me without a car, it left me without a home, left me in a really bad spot. My marriage ended. It did not end in anger, but in quiet heartbreak. I did not want to burden anyone, not even the people who loved me. I just wanted to slip away without causing pain. I moved in to a quiet place next door, trying to make peace with everything. But life has a strange way of nudging you toward hope when you've given up. That nudge came in the form of a neighbor, a friend who's become my now husband, a man who loved me attentively, fiercely, and unconditionally. We blended our families, we made memories, we made a life, and then I was placed on hospice, given 6 months to a year to live. So, we lived like I was dying. We ate like I was dying. We drank like I was dying. We indulged in every sense of the word like I was dying, and as you do when you feel like you're gonna die. And for a while I was dying, but then I made a decision that changed everything. I decided I wasn't ready to die, not yet, and against everyone's advice and wishes, I decided I was going to come off of hospice. And I started these new treatments. Slowly, I began to feel my body again. And then something really strange but yet miraculous happened. I got pregnant. I did not know I was pregnant until I was 32 weeks along. The disease had masked all the signs and symptoms of pregnancy. And now, after we had prepared to lose my life, we had to prepare all over again to bring new life into the world. So after, we just had a few weeks to prepare for life after spending so long preparing for death. And then during my C-section, I died twice. coded on the surgical table. I was quickly resuscitated and moved to a room. The second time I passed away, I lost all the blood in my body. I left. I watched my husband watch me die. And I tried to leave him with a laugh, quoting John Prine, my favorite singer-songwriter, "Venus de Milo can have my arms." But what happened after that wasn't just a medical emergency. It was something much more. I saw my life, but not like a movie reel. It was a pulse. I felt the rhythm and the rhyme of the universe. I felt connected to every person, every heartbeat. And it wasn't just a vision. It was a sensation. I saw people I had lost. I saw other worlds, dimensions, times, realities. And time was irrelevant, but it stopped and sped up all at the same time. I knew without words that I was not alone. I was part of something much bigger than myself. When I crossed over and when I died, I didn't feel alone. I felt connected to everyone and everything. And in that space, I realized something simple and powerful. We're not meant to be divided. Not by politics, beliefs, fear. We are one another. We belong to each other in ways that we don't always see. And if love is the only thing that matters in death, maybe it should matter a whole lot more while we're still alive. When I came back, nothing was the same. Because here's what I believe now. We do get to choose what happens to us. Maybe not the diagnosis or the heartbreak or the loss, but we choose what it becomes. We choose how we carry it, how we live with it, and how we rise because and in spite of. I chose that day to become more alive, more present, more awake to beauty, to breath, to the miracle of ordinary days. More aware of every single second, every smile, every word. I choose love, not as a soft thing, but as the strongest force I've ever known and felt. I choose and chose to let it lead me, to build it, to become it. And through my marriage this time, I learned that love isn't just about grand gestures or romantic ideals. It is the small daily acts, like making a cup of coffee when I'm too tired to get out of bed, or holding my hand in the silence when the world feels too heavy to move. Love isn't something we give or take. It is something that we must become in our shared moments. Because in the end, it's not about how long you live. It's about how deeply we love while we're here and how bravely we remind each other we are one another. And maybe it's as simple as looking someone in the eyes today and reminding them that they matter. Maybe it's listening more deeply to the stories of the people we don't agree with. Because in the end, love and connection are the only things that last. The world needs us to choose love in ourselves every single day. So thank y'all for holding time and space with me. I am grateful to be here, to be alive, and it's hard to be grateful in moments where you're miserable. And I went to the hospital this morning and had an infusion, and I was standing outside waiting for my husband because I still can't drive. And if any of y'all have ever had to depend on someone else for a ride, you know how frustrating that is. And then I thought, I have a ride. I shouldn't be frustrated in this moment. I should be grateful. Turn it around, Erica. And as the pollen smacked me in the face and my eyes were pouring, and I thought, my gosh, look at all this life around me. Blooming. Spring is here, and yes, it's wild, but my God, I get to experience it. And if I can give you anything, I hope I can give you a taste of that. Just a moment where you can be present and know that even in rough times, even in hard times, even in trying times, you can make it and change your perspective, and it changes your life in this beautiful, amazing, magical way. And then you get to realize, you get to see that we are living in heaven. Almost heaven. People give time and attention to so many wrong things because we're taught that from a very early age. As I sit here and have children of all ages, a 22-year-old who starts his own life and is a parent. I have a 17-year-old who is in the depths of heartbreak and angst. And then I have a 3-year-old who is bouncing and lively. And so, yes, I see many aspects across my lifetime, and I can see it in so many different perspectives. I remember being that struggling 22-year-old, dealing with all the things that I thought were trauma, but realize now that they're just glimmers, little sparkles that helped me grow. We have such a distorted way of viewing everything in this lifetime. People talk about triggers and trauma, and I want to talk about those moments. In those moments, you have a choice. You have a choice. You can either give up and die, or you can keep going and growing. And I think there's so much power in picking yourself up and continuing forward. But it is your choice. You don't have to look at it that way. I've had plenty of people in my life who I couldn't talk out of misery. I've sat with many people who have chosen their own demise and their own addictions over happiness. And you too have a choice. But I hope that by sharing my story and knowing that I have made it through an impossible things, impossible feats, that you too can. But it is a choice. I remember being in those moments thinking, God, I'm not going to lie. It was not always sunshine and rainbows. As I lay on my deathbed, I made a decision, and I promised to myself. I promised every day that no matter what happened, that I would get up and get dressed. And in that small action, I saved my life and didn't know it at the time. Because had I laid there and been resigned to the fact that I have 6 months, then I could have very easily left during those 6 months, that year. And I still have this diagnosis looming over me. Yes, I'm already supposed to be gone. I'm living on borrowed time. But as I do that, and as I feel that way, I know that life is a sacred gift, and anyone at any moment, at any time, can change the entire trajectory of your life. Yes, Miss Joan. Yes, some of us identify so deeply with our own traumas that we are afraid of letting go. Who will we be without it? Will we be so strong? And I'm going to tell you that there are so many moments that have gotten overshadowed because I continue to talk about my death. It has been a profound, life-changing, altering experience. And I know that if I held that as a trauma and let it define me as a person, that we're shaped by our stories. And we are given the gift of storytelling through our traditions, through all of our cultures, all 4 tribes. We have been encouraged to be storytellers and orators. And I think that this is where I'm going back to, like, people keep asking, like, do you have a book that I can read? No, I don't, because my truth would get lost in paper. And maybe when you feel something so deeply and so strongly and so truly, you can't express it into words, but you can see it in somebody's heart and on their face. And that's why it's going to be so important for you to feel it on your own. I cannot give you the connection, and it doesn't happen the same for everyone. And that's why I struggle so so hard with these, my gifts, because I know that my gifts are not my own. They're meant to be shared, just like my story. But I also struggle with this because I think, why do people need this confirmation? And I realize I'm too far removed, because there was a point in my own life when I needed confirmation, clarification, affirmation. And all that fell away whenever I died. I'm grateful for that. I'm so grateful for that. It's not my place to judge where you are on your journey. All I can do is walk beside you if you allow me. And I really hope that through this shared experience and through this shared storytelling, that we can get to a new point, a new evolution, a new ascension, a new level. Because, thank you, I'm going to talk to y'all about my daughter. She is, whenever I was a young child, I had all these gifts. Like, I don't know what they were all called, but like Claire, whatever, all the Claires, whatever you want to call it. And I grew up in Tennessee, the Bible Belt, so that became a very big problem for me because my parents did not know what to do with me. I was a bit, I could know things before they would actually happen. I remember telling my mom when my great-grandma was going to die. I remember saying all these really strange things, and it kind of freaked my mom out. She thought it was like of the devil. So I was highly discouraged out of my gifts and my who I was made to be. I learned at a very early age that it was not okay to be who I was. And I tell the story of the sleepover, like telling Margaret, this spirit named Margaret came to me at a sleepover and said, I hate what they've done with the living room. Oh my God, do you see this carpet? Do you see this wallpaper? What have they done to my house? And it covered the wood paneling that her father had worked so hard on getting up. And I remember going to the mom and telling I said, Miss Brenda, Margaret really hates what you've done with her living room, and she wants you to take the wallpaper down. She wants you to take the carpet up. And Miss Brenda, needless to say, was very spooked out because she had bought the house from Margaret's children. And my mom, all the way home, told me how wrong it was that I did this. She was like, you can never do this again. You are grounded. You can't do this. And I was like 7 or 8 years old. I was just being who I was made to be. And so my daughter, my 3-year-old daughter, Olive, is like this. She moves about in a way where she's led with her heart. She knows who she needs to speak to. She knows things before they happen. She has a spirit named Biddy that gives her messages and tells her things. And you have to understand, when we are born whole. We are our own twin flames. We are our own soulmates, okay? And throughout our lifetimes, yes, people come and go, and there are bondings, I'll say bondings, that transcend time and space in life, okay? So there's soulmates. I don't like this term soulmates, because when we are born whole, dual, twins. And I started thinking about this a lot and asking Spirit for confirmation, because you have to understand how hard it is to for energy, for spirit to lower their vibration into this dense field to speak with us. And so I know it is a gift, but it's also one that I try not to overutilize, okay? There's some people who channel every day they're letting channels, and I don't agree with this. I don't like this. And this could be some of my own upbringing, but I know that whenever I can serve it and use it only when I need it, it's much more powerful and stronger. So my daughter and Biddy, Olive and Biddy came together. And Biddy is you may remember having your own imaginary friend whenever you were little, someone you talked to. Well, Olive and I were laying in the bed the other night, and there's no way that she could have known this, because my imaginary friend, or the other part of my soul, died whenever I was 7 or 8, because I quit talking to her. I quit acknowledging her because my mom told me I was getting too old to do that. So I let her die. And Olive looked at me and she said, "Mommy, why did you let go of Ann? Do I have to let go of Biddy? Do I need to let Biddy go?" And it got me, because there's no way that she could have known that the other part of my soul was named Ann Snitzenheimer. And she was with me when I was little. She created these safe places for me to go whenever I was in unsafe situations, at school, at home, whenever I needed someone between spirits, and whenever I needed guidance, she was there. And Snitzenheimer was my ride or die. She was there all the time. And then my mom told me one day, I will never forget it, and I told all of this. I said, "Ma told me I got too old to talk to her, so I had to quit talking to her." And she said, "Wow, that was very rude of Ma." And I said, "No, she did the best she could with what she knew." And I thought in that moment how sad it was that, and how proud I was too, that I had healed all this generational things that have been holding our family back for so long, have been forgotten. Connections have been forgotten and lost. And when you were born whole, with another part of yourself, both light and dark. And then we're discouraged from tapping into that. We're discouraged from talking to our ancestors, talking to spirits, energies, guides. But yet we have this whole team of people that we are born into this life with, that want us to succeed and thrive. And I have a very interesting revelation about spare the rod, spoil the child, okay? Because some people do not agree with the way I raise my children. I feel like I have a lot to learn from them. My children have taught me invaluable lessons about myself, about life, about the earth, about systems, about energy, about everything. And so, to me, they are my teachers. And a lot of people don't necessarily agree with how I raise my children. I discipline and I guide, but I never spank or... And in the Bible Belt, the people who are in here know that there's this saying like, "Spare the rod, spoil the child." Well, I just have this whole like vision. I'll say vision because it came like, you can see like this open channel, okay? So, the Bible was never meant to take so literally, okay? And it has been used for fear, control, and greed. Profit, okay? So the Bible was never meant to be taken literally. They used the words that they had and knew at the time to make the most sense of what they were seeing. So spare the rod, spoil the child is actually about your child's antenna to the source of creation. The creator, the great creator. Keeper of flames, knower of names. That is too great to be named. That's my catchphrase. Because one night I was thinking, if people had met the creator of all things, they would know that he is too great to be named. And God and Yahweh and Yeshua are falling short of that. And so I have there's this poem that I wrote, Keeper of flames, knower of names. And that is the source, that is the infinite source of creation. So getting back to what I was talking about, we are all born whole. And then throughout experiences, life experiences, we lose that. We lose our rod and our antenna to the creation, to be co-creators, because we're encouraged, or discouraged, I should say, from all of the connection points. Like, even, okay, I'm going to talk about this in a very fragile, non-judgmental way. Even now, sending my daughter to a preschool 2 days a week so she can socialize. Like, she needs socialization, right? So I'm sending her, and she goes like 3 hours for 2 days a week. And I want y'all to remember back to school. And my daughter was coloring beautiful things. Beautiful, beautiful things, like abstract masterpieces, okay? And then I was very irritated because the artist in me just was furious, to be honest, because she didn't stay inside the lines, so her teacher made her sit out of gym that day because she wasn't following instructions. And I totally get there's a point where we need to learn to follow instructions. I get it, right? But I also was so furious because her creation was better than anyone who colored in the lines. And in our entire lives, we're taught, stay inside the lines, stay inside the box. And that's very intentional. We're discouraged from co-creating our reality. We are anything but. So I want to challenge you today to see your child's rod as an antenna to creation, to the source of creation, to the creator, to the infinite source, the point of eternal creation. That is too great to be named. Your child's rod is the spiritual antenna, the whole. If you spare that rod and disconnect, you spoil that child, because that child is no longer who they were made to be. And I go back to this a lot. It's making me emotional. Get out of here, emotion. It's making me so emotional because I understand that we were made to be a nation of workers and not thinkers and creators. When we think about this, our child's spiritual antenna, a whole, I want to say this, okay? Look, this is not peace. This is not peace like we were taught to believe. This is peace. This is pieces of peace. Disruption. So, if you remember your imaginary friend, or your soul, your oversoul, or your whole self, whenever you see this again, you will know that you were never meant to be disconnected. Today, I'm holding space and time for Ann Snitzenhammer. And thank you, Ann. She has been reunited with Olive, and Ann and Biddy are together now. And that's a beautiful thing for me, because if we allow our children to teach us and we can learn from them, then we learn invaluable lessons. And Ann Snitzenhammer did not have my voice. She had a mixed, she was, I guess we can say she was German, Slavic. I don't know what she was. She was just, had this voice. And I remember she used to do news broadcasts, but like of silly news every night. And she would say, "My name is Ann Snitzenhammer, and today on the local news, we will be reporting from the car wash." And so, like, the Swedish Chef, like, do y'all remember the Muppets and the Swedish Chef? Okay, so I told Olive wanted to know how she talked, and I was telling her. And so I don't know if any of y'all, maybe we were just bored in the South, but we used to make up, like, no, maybe this was just me, because I don't think my friends did that. They thought it was entertaining that I could do that. But I would imitate like Julia Child and all these things on PBS because we couldn't. I grew up in a very strict Pentecostal house and had to follow the codes of the Pentecost religion. We could not watch a lot of things on TV. And so what we would watch was like Julia Child's The French Chef and the Muppets. We could watch the Muppet Show. And so I guess maybe the Swedish Chef is actually Ann Snitzenhammer's voice. But I asked Olive, I said, well, what does Biddy sound like? And she said, she has my same voice box, Mama. And I said, oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. But I think about, there's this other woman who grew up in Appalachia, and she has this she's actually Pentecostal too, so maybe something like that. And she has like this whole, I don't know if y'all have even seen her. I can't remember her name, but she has like this whole slew of characters like Nosferatu and Papaw, and like, so it's something that I did too growing up. And when we're whole and we bring back that part of us, so many people in this lifetime are looking and obsessing with finding their soulmate and their twin flame. I told this to my 17-year-old daughter. She's convinced that a man will make her complete and whole. And you were already whole. You were already whole when you were born. And then through conditions and through your own life experiences and through the media, through your parents, through other people's parents who think you're a weirdo, you learn to suppress so you can fit into that box, right? So you learn not to talk to dead people when you go to sleepovers. You learn to turn yourself down. And then we learn to. So the whole point of your existence right now, in this moment in time, if you were looking for a purpose, here it is. To unlearn everything that you learned. To remember who you were before someone told you it wasn't okay to be you. Hey, y'all coming in. Hey, thank y'all for joining me. So, there's a point to forget everything that you were taught to believe about yourself. Hey, listen, Miss Joan, I get this. Look, and the messages that Mia gets from other women around me are very similar to that. And it's unfortunate. So if we can spare the rod, right? So if we can spare that rod, if we do that, spare the rod and forget the spiritual antenna. Y'all, my hands are still stained. I just now realized that. For any of y'all wondering about the goat castration situation, it was taken care of last night. And it was not inhumane. It was done in a very loving way. I talked to the goats before I castrated them. And told them that I would make sure to take care of them, but they could not have their testicles and stay with us. So I'm very sorry, but Jesus, I'm not meant to share this. There are men in here that are going to take this the wrong way. No, okay. So I'm going to tell this, okay? I'm moving on to a different subject. I was outside this morning and which I posted a poem, but also I was having this thought about the pollen. And I don't know if any of y'all are aware, but the pollen in the South is like, there is a thick yellow film on our cars right now. I have never had seasonal allergies in my life, but even this year, we have like warnings every day, like pollen alerts. And I'm more aware of this because my niece's boyfriend has come. He's from Texas. He's grew up in a city, Dallas, and moved to Hawaii for college. They're both going to Hawaii, the University of Hawaii. And so they came back and they were here at our house, and the poor kid is just like tears rolling down his face and snot running out of his nose. I can tell he's embarrassed, and I'm trying to make it more comfortable for him. I'm like trying to give him allergy pills. And okay, so I want to talk about why this is even an issue, okay? And it just goes to show that we've been going the wrong direction. And it's okay to say, maybe we weren't wrong. We were misled. We were lied to, okay? In the 40s, these smaller towns, and ours included. Yeah, thank you for that, Lucy. That's so true. So in the 40s, and I don't know why I know these random odd facts. It's just my brain, okay? In the late 40s, early 50s, there were these efforts made to like revitalize our towns, okay? So they thought, here's what they thought. Let's plant all male trees. That way we won't have to deal with the fruit, the nuts, the things, the flowers falling off. We won't have to deal with the mess. Here we are. How many years later? I don't even know how long that's been. A long time ago. I'm not good with math, but just bear with me. Here we are in the day 2025. All the male trees are producing pollen, and the pollen has nowhere to go. So if they had planted a balance of male and female trees, the pollen would have been absorbed, the fruit would be made, and then that would have been the end of it. Or they could have simply planted all female trees. Because if it was all female trees, then there would be no fertilization anyway, so they wouldn't have made flowers or fruit either. So there has to be a balance. I'm just saying. Like, I don't know why my mind went there, but it was something that I needed to share for some reason. Somebody. And, yeah, and we could have had free food, right? So I told Trey, like, I would like to plant all female trees from this point on. And so that's what we're doing. Everything has to be about balance. And there are these points, like on the bottom half of the triangle, that is ascension. On the very bottom part is duality, and it's light and dark. Then we move up to the middle part of the triangle. Whenever you're born, you're at the top of the triangle, and you fall through the cracks, and then you end up on the bottom, ping-ponging back and forth, thinking that that's all there is. Light and dark, right and wrong, left or right, Democrat, Republican. And I'm telling you, there's so much more. There's so much more. You don't have to stop at the end of the spiral. You can keep going, expanding. But we have to see people and meet them where they are on their journey and on their road. And we can't be judging. It is not our place to be judgmental. It is our place to love and support. So everyone has their own journey. It's best not to get caught up in anyone's other than your own. And I feel this is so true in my own life. Like, I look at my daughter and I realize that my 17-year-old, and she's going through some heartbreak right now. And I realize that it's not my journey. It's hard to step back and let her self-destruct in all the ways that I have before. But I also realize that it may be an important part of her journey. And maybe she grows from it, and maybe she learns from it. I can guide her, yes, that's true. But it's her journey. And I hope that wherever your oversoul, your other part of yourself is, that you can find it and reconnect with it. Today, I'm grateful that Olive gave me the gift of Ann Snitzenheimer back. And I hope we can start a revolution today. A quiet coup within the heart, right? How to start a revolution on a random Tuesday keeps coming back to me. That poem that I wrote this morning. I know that each of you can find happiness in your heaven on earth. And it may be that you have to make time to find that. Make time for yourself. Make time for creation. I'm going to share this book. It's not my own book. Y'all, I'm going to keep y'all updated about the book. It didn't feel right to publish a huge book. I have local printers here, and I'm working with them to compile a book of poems right now, and it will be something like, let me show you what it's going to look like. It's going to be a lot like this book because the printer did this. Okay? So, that printer, it's going to look a lot like that. It is bound by staples. It's very simple. And no foo-foo stuff. Just basic. And so, whenever I get that printed, I will let y'all know. And also, wait. I'm going back to share a book with y'all that has... I don't know if y'all like to read, but I have a reading list if y'all want it, like books that have truly changed my life. I couldn't remember the name of this book, so I'm going back here to get it. But if y'all are having trouble creating and imagining, there is this beautiful book, and it's a workshop that you can do on your own. And the pollen is getting me. Okay, I will do that. I'm going to share a reading list. So first on your list is the 4 Agreements, Braiding Sweetgrass, and I'll get another one. The book I'm talking about, this is a course in discovering and recovering your creative self, and it has helped me in ways, but you have to make an agreement in yes, Joan, you already know, The Artist's Way. And it's by Julia Cameron. And you have to make an agreement, a contract. You have to sign it for yourself. And so here's where I got in the book. To the contract. And I stopped. So I hope that I can make it past that point at some time. I think I will. But I find inspiration in so many different ways. And I know this book is a good book. I know it is. I know it works for a lot of people. It's not fear of committing. It's just, I don't know. It's like I already feel so connected and so tapped into my creativity that I let it flow. And whenever if I get stuck, I'm going to go back to this. But, well, that's an interesting thing. I've never thought about fear of commitment, but maybe it could be. Maybe I'm learning from y'all through this too. So, I want to share, if y'all haven't heard the poem that I wrote this morning. And I was outside and I was drinking my morning tea from my favorite little cup that I have. It's pottery, and I got it in Alabama from an artist, and it was really expensive, but I bought it anyway, and I drink out of it. But this is how to start a revolution on a random Tuesday. I was outside and the rain started pouring down out of nowhere. Was not expected. And as the rain hit my skin, I thought, I wonder how to start a revolution today. And this poem came to me. Not with banners or bold decrees, but with a whisper to the ancient trees. Not by marching through the square, but by breathing in the morning air. Begin by sipping quiet tea, letting go of who you should be. Listen to the thoughts that write. rise, questioning the world's clever disguise. Revolt by choosing joy and peace, allowing self-doubt's grip to cease. In stillness, find your inner spark, a guiding light within the dark. This uprising won't make the news, no headlines, crowds, or interviews. Yet, it's the bravest act to start, a quiet coup within the heart. So that's how we start a revolution today, right? Sometimes it's not about the grand things. It's about choosing. I did write that. So there's a Beth. If you don't know me, I write poems, and sometimes I sneak prophecies into those poems. It's on my page. And I write songs too, but I haven't learned to play an instrument to get those songs out. But I give them to people that never seem to do anything with them. They just kind of fall flat. I don't know where to go with that. But my husband, for my birthday, set up a meeting with a local printer. And I have some work to do this week. I have a cover, I think. And Miss Joan, I may need your help. Beth, I play the piano too, but I'm classically trained, not, I wish I could play by ear, but I'm classically trained. Girl, maybe we're in line for a reason today. I truly believe in divine alignment, so let's message me after this. I have a few songs just waiting in limbo. I want to show y'all. It's wet outside, but I know now that I cannot take for granted the rural, beautiful setting that I'm in. Tonight is our first date night since surgery, so I'm already dressed and ready to go, but I want y'all to see how beautiful it is today. And it's just, I think sometimes people, we can take our surroundings for granted until we see them through someone else's eyes, and have to have the hat on because it's sunny out. I want to take y'all and show y'all everything because it's so gorgeous. It's like I wish I could smell, and yes, yeah, because it's so gorgeous. It's like I wish I could smell, and yes, yeah, it's a more baby, and I never knew what it was because, oh, there they go. I don't know if y'all can see any, but they're falling off now. They're ready to go, and then that is the oldest in our land. It's a ancient pecan, a grandmother pecan. And against all odds, she has a little elderberry that should not be able to grow in her root system, but it does somehow. They nurture each other. And y'all can see the sky out there, and the goats are back there somewhere. But gosh, it's such an honor to be among this land. And I was talking earlier about the spirits here, the Chickasaw women and the medicine women and all the southern women who didn't have a choice but to remain quiet but held great knowledge. And they all come through me. You can see the little elder. Hello, elderberry. You looking beautiful today, girl. So you can, let me see. Let me get y'all. She's starting to flower. Thank you. Those will turn into giant. Let me Get y'all, she's starting to flower. Thank you. Those will turn into giant. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's like gnarly. It's so crazy. You can hear the sounds. I know y'all can hear the sounds. Can y'all hear the earth? I may be talking to the earth. Y'all, and you can see it. The roots is still long. That's the rotten tree I refer to so often. That's the rotten tree I refer to so often. Can y'all tap? Can y'all hear me still? Did I lose y'all for a minute? I don't know. Anyway, hopefully not. I may just be talking to the earth and the universe right now. That's all right too. I've been known to do it. Okay, I disconnected from my Wi-Fi, so hopefully that'll help. I was getting too far away. But this is so beautiful, and I'll show you how the garden's coming along now. We'll walk out here and check on it. When you're surrounded by this, I guess it's easy to be inspired and have all these, I know the land spirits that were here, the women, the men, the women that couldn't talk. All of them are, hang on, I'm going to see if I can turn y'all around, if I know how to do this. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, I just made my banner small. So, these are peas coming up. These are snap peas. And that is broccoli, if you can believe that. That will be broccoli. I planted it so close together. I've never done broccoli before. And spinach is delicious. It is so yummy. And beans, tomatoes, all kinds of stuff over there. So let me see if I can come back to y'all now. Hey, I'm getting better at that. And y'all can see all the... But I'm going to tell y'all some real stuff. Like, sometimes farm life is romanticized, and there's nothing easy about it. My house looks like a wreck right now, guys, and there's nothing easy about it. My house looks like a wreck right now. I have castration tools and shots and worming medicine all over my house. It is not a beautiful thing inside, but this is the time of year where we have to be outside. We have to be tending to the garden. We have to be tending to the animals. We just had babies, so they're in there. I have some fruit trees too, but I'm not gonna walk back there. It's really muddy today. We've got beans and peppers. Oh my goodness, y'all, look. I'm going to show you these cute little peppers. We have our first 2 banana peppers of the season. Wish y'all could taste stuff right out of the garden. It just hits different. It hits a different spot. And I don't know if it's because of all the time you put into it, like tending to it, or if it's just watching it grow. But I swear to you, it tastes different. It tastes better. All right, well, I know that some of y'all don't get to see the green and the sky and So I think it's important. I'm walking barefoot. Well, I was ready for date night, and now I'm barefoot, sloshing through mud. But it's all right. My husband loves me dirty feet and all, I think. I think my message has been said today, but now I know that some of y'all join me to hope to get messages too, and I want to tell you something. I don't really know if we're going to do that today. So yeah, my house is a mess. Back to normal one day after spring and summer. Okay. If you have lost a loved one, I want to say this: they are with you. And a lot of people will... Sorry. I wish I could make that just go away. I don't know how to do it. A lot of people have lost loved ones, or they feel like they're lost. And I want to tell you this. Sit down where y'all can see me. And now I'm telling the truth here. You've never lost your loved ones. A lot of times they will come back to you as pets, as people. They reincarnate. And sometimes they leave fractals of themselves right beside you. And every time you think about them or want to connect with them, they're there with you. It's not something that... there's so many different ways of connection. And I think sometimes comparison is a thief of joy. Like, some people may be like, well, I can't hear like you can, or I can't connect in the ways you can. That's because you have your own way of connecting. And your ancestors have your own way of connecting. And it's not always so over the top. Sometimes it's subtle, and it can be like in the shape of a cloud formation, or a bird, or an animal coming to you out of the blue. Or, I know, Ranger, yes, you're my soulmate, aren't you, buddy? Yeah. So, there are ways that our loved ones return to us. And I don't know, there's this movie that someone was telling me about, because I was telling them about Sadie, my dog, my golden retriever, that was, her life was taken away from her because she ate one of my neighbor's chickens. And, there was this dog for a little while that was a pit bull. It was a mama pit bull, but every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, she would show up and she would stay with me for a few hours. And I would love her and pet her. And then I remember thinking at one point, I was like, that's probably Sadie sent me somebody to keep me company. And then you have to understand, Sadie and I were together during my time on hospice. She was there for me, and I could talk to her about things that I would never tell my family. She carried a lot of my burdens. She carried a lot of my pain, but also a lot of my love. But also a lot of my love. And she was there with me when my family had to go to work and school, but she was still there. And so I missed Sadie just desperately. I just felt the presence. Her lack of presence left a great void in my heart. And so every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, this little pit bull Mama would come and see me, and she would, even I would be outside picking flowers or sitting on the ground, and she would just come and lay in my lap, and I thought Sadie sent her to me. And then, right after my surgery, my mom sends me this Facebook post, and these people are needing to rehome this golden retriever ranger. And there's this movie, even I was telling somebody about my experience with Sadie, my dog, and they said there's this movie that will, I forget what it's called, but basically the dog keeps coming back in a different form, and the human can never recognize, but the dog is trying to talk to the owner, and the owner can't communicate with the pet, so it finally returns in that same form. So I don't know I can't remember what the movie's called, but it doesn't really matter. The point I'm trying to make is that your family members that have lost their physical bodies have not lost their energy, their soul, their consciousness. It is always present, and it's there. So I know it's hard when you go a long time without hearing messages from them, but they're all around you. They're all around you, and they want to connect. They're wanting connection, and so talk to them, make offerings to them, whether it's their favorite food, and it doesn't have to be anything big or expensive. It can be something simple like honey or I don't know, onions. Like my dad loved raw onions, and so I sometimes will pick them and say, Dad, thanks for guiding me. Like, thanks for being here. Even if you can't hear them, you can still sense them. You can still remember them. And when you stop remembering, when you stop talking to them, just like Anne Snitzenheimer, she will go away. Okay, so I'm telling y'all, when you stop acknowledging or stop remembering, they go away. So there's little ways of people coming through for you that you may not even realize. And they can leave messages for you. But you have to be open to seeing. And it's hard to do sometimes because you want very specific things like, oh, well, leave me a 1984 penny. Or it's incredibly difficult for them to move in this dense atmosphere without their bodies. So our bodies kind of help us move through this density in this realm. And so whenever they get outside of that, it's really hard for them to move in this density. But they still can. But it just takes an incredible amount of energy. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. There are some people, okay. Sorry, I'm just listening to spirit and energy here. So, okay, listen. There are some people who have been with me for a long time that I love and admire and respect. And I know this is going a different direction, so I'm just going to go ahead and tell y'all now. This is fixing to open up to spirit and energy, and I have to respect that. Thank you. The ones who've lost their voices. So I'm just going to tell y'all that it's going this way, and I'm fixing to open the live up. So if y'all want to stay, please, you're more than welcome, but I understand if you don't. I love y'all. So before I open this up, I want you to understand that I don't like doing these intuitive readings. And I say that every time. I don't like this because I feel like a lot of people have been taken advantage of. A lot of people have lost a lot of money doing this. And it's something that you have within you all the time. If you get a message today, know that it is not to be consumed like entertainment, but it is a sacred gift from the universe and spirit and energy, whatever word you want to put there, and that you need to hold that with great reverence. It's nothing to be consumed. If I ask you, and know this, the messages that you want to come through do not always come through. The person that you want to hear from may not always be the one to show up. But the universe and the energy of the universe will give you a sacred gift. And it may not be the one you want, but you can take it or leave it. So I'm going to open that up. With that being said, I'm going to open up the live now. And I'm going to do maybe 5 to 6 people. Okay, that's all I have energy for today. So if you know how to join and want to do that, then please feel free. But know that you don't always get what you want to hear, that you will get what the universe wants you to hear. And I have no control of what comes through, but I will ask you if you are okay with anything and everything that does.
Hi, my friend.
Hey, Suzanne, how are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for taking us outside. It was so gorgeous.
Oh, thanks for going outside with me. It is really beautiful.
I'm sure it's amazing. Well, I don't know if you, something said, oh, I feel greedy always wanting to join. So if you ever see my name and it doesn't feel like you're meant to call me, just don't call me, okay, girl? But today
Okay.
I had this whole dialogue with myself, like, oh, it's greedy to join again. It's greedy. And then something said, I don't know, maybe she has a message for you today. So I come to you with open ears. I'm in listening mode if you have something to tell me.
Okay. So, what spirit and energy or whatever word you want to name it, the universe is saying right now, you have a spirit team that sees a lot of stuff going on. And I'm not going to name all the things, but they see what's happening and they're there with you. But also, they're wanting me to tell you that, okay, what are y'all saying? They're showing me a certain situation that is being manipulated, and your spirit team is always saying, do not ignore red flags. Like they're always saying that to you. So I think maybe are you not listening to that? Because they're repeating it over and over again. Like, don't ignore the red flags. Like you see them coming. Okay, this is about a certain five, three, five, five individuals in your own life, whether it's friends or ex family members, or there's being manipulation done to you. And you will know what that is. I feel like they're saying, don't ignore those things and don't go backwards, don't revert, don't regress, keep going forward. What else are y'all saying? What is that? Show me a different way. Okay. So you remember how I talked about this web of existence, like the mycelium network kind of thing. Okay. So they're showing me on this thing and that you're wanting to ride this wave really bad. But what you don't know is you're already in it. So they're saying that you are in this. Okay. You are craving something deeper. And I'm going to use this story about Olive. Okay. So it's kind of funny because she likes to feel like she's falling, right? She likes to swing really, really high. But the first time she did it, it scared her. And then she got a little more brave each time. And now it's like she can't get enough of it. She wants to go higher and higher and higher. She's being an adrenaline junkie. Please know that if this message comes through and you resonate with it, take what this is for the collective, Suzanne. Sorry. Take what resonates with you because spirit and energy have a way of saying things for a group of people. Okay. So it can be just for you or it can be for somebody else in the story. But all of it is like this adrenaline junkie. She wants more and more and more. And it's not to say that you're greedy. It's they're telling me, they're showing me this network and they're saying that you're already in this connection, but you want something deeper, something bigger, something more. And they're saying stop and be present and enjoy the connection that you're in. Thank you for that. So, yeah, that's the message today.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
I'm just trying to decode. I'm trying to really hear what you're saying and look at it in different ways. And please know that I'm okay with you saying whatever, you know. I'm not worried about you using names or terms or what you
Okay,
know what
so
I mean?
I'll tell you, there's 5 people in your life that are manipulating you. One of these is a friend. No, sorry, 3 of these are friends. 3 friends, and 2 are family members. I don't know what that means, but you will know. You will have a feeling, and they say trust that feeling. You know one, but the other one may not be so obvious.
And
So,
do they openly know they're manipulating?
yes.
It's
Yeah.
subconscious.
Well, I'm not sure about that part. They're just showing me 5. So they're showing me 5 people. 3 are friends, and then um okay, so 2 are connected to the family, but they're friends. Do you understand that? 2 are friends of family or with family, and then 1 is a family member. So that makes sense. Okay, so that's what they're showing me 5. So it doesn't matter. It's for you to be open and understand that they don't want you to ignore the red flags when you get them. And
Okay.
okay, so you and I both have this way of excusing behavior,
Right.
and it's not helping us. It's not helping us, either of
Right.
us. Okay, so
Right. Creating empathic stories. I'm just going to say this for the collective. I have a habit of being very compassionate and trying to step into somebody's shoes, see the
yeah,
world their way. And like, if I was them, what would, what's the story that would make this make sense so that I can keep this person still in my mental good graces, right? I know my
yes,
brother does this for
absolutely,
sure. And so that's why I'm saying this out loud for the collective, right? Because it's holographic. The things that you and I are holographic for each other. We're similar in so many ways. And so when you can name something, it helps me, just like when I can name something, it helps you, because we have these patterns and things that we do that we don't even necessarily know that we're doing them. And so that's why I want to give voice to it for the group, you know.
yeah, yeah.
But so this is the part that I struggle with, Erica. Okay, and I did actually, I'm going to say this out loud for the collective. So there is somebody who has been anointed as like a family member, for example. Okay, but they're not family, right? But they're called family. And I have had an awareness that this person is probably not my ally, not my ally. And I made the choice the other day to remove them as a Facebook friend. And this might, if like my closer family members understood that I did this, that might be sort of scandalous. But I I know that this person communicates with, I'll just say it out loud, not to be sensational, but again for the collective, my ex-husband. And so this would be the one person who might collect something that I post on Facebook or whatever innocently and send it to my ex-husband, in some way to use against me. I wouldn't put it past this person.
Yes.
So I just quietly decided to remove
Confirmation,
them
yes.
because I don't, I'm, like if I post something, I myself. It's to share with friends and family overseas who want to see pictures of my mom or my kids or whatever. But anybody who might snicker about anything that I post, like I just don't need, that's not what I'm posting for. My group is so tiny that there's just no reason to make myself vulnerable to that. So I made that choice the other day, and I may, I have an awareness that maybe I need to make another choice as well, because I just don't need to take that chance. I don't need to stay open and vulnerable to it,
Yeah.
just to like not rock any boats or whatever.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, and confirmation for that Facebook thing. That's just you're spot on. So that's what they're telling you. Don't doubt yourself because you already know. Like you have the awareness, you have the feelings there that you don't think you have. You're in a connection. So trust that connection and um don't just don't just like brush it off as well they probably had a don't make excuses is what they're saying and stay in the connection and know that you are connected um through source and that whenever you have those feelings they're there for purpose protection, okay.
Yeah, and I just want to say one thing for the collective because as you know, I had an experience in my life recently where I quote fell from grace. And unfortunately, that showed me who showed up for me when for the first time in my life I didn't have the ability to give, because being the giver, being the helper, being the generous one, that's I'm comfortable in that position. I like that. I like being the giver, the supporter. And for the first time in my life I had nothing to give, right? And that's unfortunately when I was faced to realize, wait, not all of my relationships are in reciprocity.
Yeah.
It turns out I'm the giver and others are the taker. And I sort of didn't know, I didn't realize because I was so comfortable giving. But what I wanted to say for the collective is that I saw who actually felt almost a sense of relief in my fall. It was like I was no longer causing them discomfort because they revealed to me that that maybe either they were jealous of me or there was something I made them feel a way they didn't like to feel, and when I fell, they were happy with that.
Yeah.
And I need to heed that. I
Yes.
need to heed that and recognize it and realize through this terrible circumstance, I was shown who my allies are, who really loves me and cares for me and lives in reciprocity from me, and who is quietly in the shadows, even if there's somebody that I thought, has been in my life for 40 years and I thought they were my besties. If it turns out that they actually relished in seeing me fall, that's not a good person to have in my inner circle. So
Yeah.
I'm just naming that out loud for the collective because I think that I had childhood friends and things. I granted them full access long ago, and they have like legacy status on my moral council.
Yeah.
And when I was shown these things, it was time to take off the rose colored glasses and actually see what people were showing me, as opposed to, I think historically, I always looked to connect with everybody's higher self. So
Yes.
I could see the potential in somebody, and that's what I looked to connect with. And the people who showed me that that's not where they're living and that's not the version of themselves that they are going to express to me, then I need to actually look at reality and not just at what I know that everybody's capable of. And
Yeah.
that has been hard for me because I want to see everyone in their perfection, and try to encourage that to come out of them. And to a certain extent, whatever I'm saying right now is kind of still, it's kind of flowing. It's not just for me, it's for everybody. So it's like they say the Buddha's eyes are half open and half closed. Half closed because we are all connected, we are all one, but also half open to see what's actually happening in this physical reality, what people are actually presenting us with.
Yes. Thank you for thank you so much.
Thank you for giving me that message, Erica. I will sit with it and I will listen. I'll listen to the warnings and to what I know. I'll do it.
Yes. Thank you so much. We'll talk
Thank
soon.
you, sister. I love you. Okay.
Okay. If y'all have not had an intuitive reading and you are interested in one, please feel free. Hey, Sandra,
Hello.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Okay.
So, go ahead.
I just had two things. One, I wanted to give an example of spirit confirming something I asked, and then the second, I have a question for you.
Okay, sure.
Okay, first of all, I was in a real struggle one time, and I asked Spirit. I said, "Just if I'm making the right decision, will you show me something with the eye of the tiger? Because that's not something you see every day." I said, "Just any kind of thing that represents eye of the tiger, just let me know, and I'll know it's correct." So I went. Not 2 hours later, I was sitting in a restaurant and just eating my meal, and the waitress went to the table next to me and said the words "eye of the tiger." And so
Wow.
that was my confirmation right there. It was amazing. But my second thing is a question. I've had two occurrences in my lifetime where I've just had this incredible smell of like a green apple lollipop, the kind that had bubble gum in the center. And I cannot figure out who's sending me that smell. And I was just curious if you knew.
Okay, so I see this little girl beside you. I don't know if this is a sister or a childhood friend.
Hmm.
But it is a little girl for sure. It feels like I don't want to say a daughter. It feels well. See, this is where when you've had past life experiences, you're a manifester. So I'm gonna tell you something. Maybe what is this? Is this past or present?
I don't have a sister and I don't have a daughter, just FYI.
Okay, so this must be a childhood friend that you've lost.
Okay.
Let me see. Hang on if I can see. It feels like I don't know. This relationship is transcending this time space. I can feel her right here next to me, and it's like love. She's I don't know if you can see her pink glow, but she's like this little ray of sunshine. She's like, this feels like something that may even be in a last lifetime. Like y'all have shared several lifetimes together, and this feels like a little girl, and maybe she's a friend, but she's been something more than that in a previous lifetime. Like, so she feels very close to you, like a sister. So, did you wait? So I'm so confused by what she's showing me. She's showing me like lifetimes with you, and she's not here anymore. So, were you with her when she passed?
Not to my knowledge.
Not in this lifetime. I'm asking her.
Oh.
Sorry, just trying to get confirmation here. So this is the friend who you lost in your childhood. Do you know who she is?
No, I don't.
Are you saying you're a sister? Okay. I don't know what this means. She's saying she's your sister. Um, Now this can be like in multiple, like different lifetimes she was your sister. I
Okay.
don't get the feeling that it's your sister now. So anyway, it's maybe somebody who has chosen to become part of your team. She is full of love and life, and oh my God, thank you for that. She's your inner child.
Oh,
This
cool.
is okay. So I just asked, what are you trying to show me? And she's showing me you and then her inside of you. So, oh my gosh, what a beautiful message.
Okay.
So
Great.
this is yourself. Oh my gosh, I feel the love just come over me. And I hope that you can feel it too. Like,
I'm feeling it.
what a beautiful message. Oh, look at this. She's all around me. She is just like, this is you. This is your inner child. And
Okay.
maybe no wonder you've been with yourself past lifetimes because you are you. And so I was like so confused what she was trying to show me. And then I just asked for confirmation and she was showing me it's me. It's me. Look, it's me. So
Cool.
you have a very pink aura. I can feel your aura, like your unconditional love, and you pour a lot of love into people. Okay, so the reason that she's sending you this sucker is to tell you to take a break. She's like, take a break, take a minute,
That
and
makes sense.
maybe you'll feel this next time whenever it shows up. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful message.
Um,
So maybe when you were younger you didn't realize that you were going to do this, but it is such a beautiful thing. She's bringing you a lollipop and saying, here, take a break with me. Let's see how many licks it takes to get to the center. So she's like, really, just this is a mindful thing of telling you to take a break, take a minute, just
it makes
stop.
sense because I am a workaholic.
Yeah, wow. Okay, so maybe the next time you see this, you'll remember and you'll take a break. But what
Thank
a
you so
beautiful
much.
message. Thank you for allowing that to come through. I
Thank you so
appreciate that.
much. All right.
Okay,
Thank
I
you.
love you.
Love you. Bye bye.
So sometimes it takes me a minute to get to where we're going, right? So I don't always know what they're trying to show me, so I have to get it in a different way. But wow, all the love here that just showed up and showed out for people. Y'all know that whenever I do readings, it can be for a collective. The message can be for a collective, and oftentimes they will come in as we've been talking this whole time about how we are born whole, and then this fragments the pieces of peace that we search for. But what a beautiful confirmation of the message that we've been talking about. So yeah, so Catherine, thank you for that confirmation. This spirits can show energy. I hate the word spirits, and it keeps coming out of my mouth, but I'm saying energies, okay? The energies can show up together. The fractals of light can show up together as certain people, and they can come together with a message for a lot of people. And so if it resonates with you, let it come to you. Don't think, oh, that reading's just for that person, because a lot of times a lot of people don't feel comfortable speaking, and so the energies will step forward together. Okay. Does anyone else want to join that has not had the the gift of being read or accepting a message from the universe? I'm going to say this: it is not to be consumed lightly, like a sideshow or anything like that. I do this and hold great reverence for the energies on the land, and I hope that you do too. Okay, Melly, you're up. Hey, Melly.
Hang on, can you hear me okay?
I can. How are you?
I'm okay. I've been going through a lot.
Okay, so how this works for me is I'll just talk to you for a minute and it clears out the last energy and it brings through energy for you. So if you'll just tell me what you've been doing today, and then I'll stop you whenever something starts to come through, okay?
My husband passed away 9 months ago, unexpectedly. I'm pretty busy. I have 2 properties that I'm trying to sell, fixing up the one I'm in so I can sell it, packing to live with my sister. Been really hard, really hard.
Okay,
I'm all
so
alone. He was my best
yeah,
friend.
I'm gonna stop you right here, okay? Because your husband is coming through with your mom. This feels like your mom and your husband stepping forward. And then you also have a spirit God team, okay? A God team. And this God team is it's made up of um it's interesting. I don't know where you're from, but like a sailor. So this could be like a great great grandparent that was in the Navy or a sailor. I'm get like he's got clothes. Or was your husband a sailor? Was he in the Navy? No, this is separate from your husband, maybe.
He was a longshoreman.
Okay, your husband
My
was?
mother's father was in that.
Okay, so he's
My
here. He's okay.
grandfather.
Thank you, confirmation. So this is grandfather, this is your mom, and this is your dad. And then there's also another woman present who stands beside your mom. It could be like an aunt. It feels like an aunt energy, or this could just be an older friend that your mom was close to that she lost. Okay, so they're all coming through together, and your husband is saying, "You are not alone. You are not alone. I'm here with you. Like you know I'm here." I just he's saying, "I ain't got nobody." So he feels like a jokester. Maybe he was always trying to tease you or making you laugh. He feels like a happy energy. He feels like he's there with you. He's saying, I'm there with you. I'm there. And he knows that you have hesitated about the house because that's where y'all shared time and space and you have memories there. But he wants you to know that this decision is okay, and he wants you to do what is best for you. He doesn't want you to worry about him because he's going to follow you to the ends of the earth. He says she can't get rid of me even if she wanted to. Okay, so that's what he's saying. And then your mom is very, well, okay, mom. I have a very reserved, serious woman who is stern but loving. She seems like she's saying, like you. Oh, okay, she's being negative, so we're not going to allow her into this space. But she's saying that you and your sister are going to fight all the time. You're gonna but no, your husband is saying no. Don't let that. Don't let her say that because they're not. They're going to be fine. So your husband is saying this to confirm, like, what you're doing is okay. You have to do what's best for you because you still have a body. You're still in this physical existence. So do what is okay. So he's telling me you didn't have a choice. Like, you don't really have a choice. Like, there's nothing you can do. And he's okay with this. And he knows that you are worried about what he would think. And he wants you to understand that he understands. He understands and he's still there, okay? And he wants to hold space with you. And he's telling me that he's going to go with you wherever you go. And that you don't have to feel alone because you are whole.
Well, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, I never know. Lisa, I'm trying to get to the people who haven't ever done this before. Pedrilla, I see you, and I'm going to get to you, okay? Hello, Lisa.
Hi, Erica. So good
How
to
are
talk to you in
you?
person.
Yeah, it's nice to talk to you too. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm working in my garden and trying to ground outside and taking my salt baths and all that stuff. Just trying to grow.
Yeah, I see that. And so does your guide team, okay?
Oh,
So
good.
immediately I have this is not who you expected, but this is like a great grandmother. It feels like a great grandmother and a grandfather together. So it would be, let's see, your mom's mom,
Yeah?
her son. Okay, so it would be your mom's mom and her son. So that's your, would that be your, no, that'd be your grandfather.
My
No.
mom's mom and her son, my uncle.
Yeah. Yes, yes. Okay. So I was confused for a second. I was like, is that your grandpa? Okay.
I have lots of uncles, though, on my mom's side.
So I'm seeing all these uncles too. Like I see a lot of people past in on your God team, but this God team is like a very strong team. And they're saying that you are doing some hard work, some hard inner work, and some trying to overcome some things that happened in your own childhood. And they're wanting to you to reframe this picture. Okay, so they're saying, what are y'all showing me? Tell me some different way. Okay, well, no. Okay, so they're saying that they want you to reframe a picture. And I don't know if this is like a literal picture or a metaphorical life picture. They're saying to reframe the picture. So they're showing me this picture of like these really old, like black and white picture. Do you have pictures of them?
I have an old picture of my mom's siblings and her.
Okay.
Not all of them, but most
Is
of
this
them.
it? Is this what you're talking about? And you don't have it in a frame.
I have it in a frame. Yeah.
Okay, they don't like the frame. They want you to reframe it. Is
Okay.
that it? Is that what they're telling you?
They want a professional framing job then, because it's just in a store-bought frame.
Okay, so they're saying that this is a legacy piece. Okay, this is an heirloom, and it may not be. Okay, thank you for that clarification. So yes, they don't like the frame that you have it in. I'm sorry, I don't know whatever is going to come through. I just say it, and they won't let me not say it. Okay, so
It's kind of like the carpet and the wallpaper in your friend's.
yes, exactly. They're like, your grandma's saying like, what poor taste, look at that frame. And I'm like, girl, I'm not saying that, say something different. And she was like, no, I don't like the frame. And I'm like, okay, I say it a different way.
It's a pretty frame, but I will get it. I will take it down and have it professionally framed.
Okay, so this is her way of kind of connecting with you in the way that she did in maybe her lifetime. You didn't get to spend a lot of time with her, but she has been ever present in your life, and she chose to be part of your guide team. So she's actually watched you grow up and become the woman that you're becoming now. And she's proud. She's very proud, and she wants me. She's proud. She's very proud, and she wants me to tell you how proud she is. And she's also telling me that you have gifts of your own that you haven't discovered yet, and that these will come in the whispers of the wind. And she's saying that maybe you already have an ability to talk to the trees, but that will get stronger the more work that you do. And she's also saying to honor. Okay, so thank you. That makes sense. To honor this piece of history, because it's a legacy for you. And you have two children? Two children?
Yes.
Okay, so this is her way of saying this, confirming that this is your message. She's with you. She's watched your children grow up, and she's going to be with their children. You have. Okay, wait, no. Okay, so she's telling you you're going to be a grandma. I don't know if you already are a grandma.
I am a grandma. I have one grandchild.
Okay, so maybe there's another one on the way.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, wait, I don't know if I should say this. Hang on, can you confirm that? Okay, so there's one in the making apparently, and maybe it may be like next year or soon. Soon, there's another grandbaby on the way.
Oh my God.
She's proud of the grandmother and the mom that you are, even in spite of your upbringing. She said that she understands that you're, well, all parents have their falters, right? Like we can see it when we're out of parenthood. Like we can see like, oh, probably should have done this instead of that. And your parents are the same. So, okay, so this is strange. Has your mom passed?
Yes. She passed when I was 10.
Okay,
She
wait.
was
So that
32.
this is making sense. She's showing me, don't say anything else because
Okay.
I just want to confirm this picture. She's showing me, okay, wow. So this is not related to your dad. This is your, okay, thank you. This is your dad's, okay, thanks. Okay, so this is your mom coming through too. And, okay, you have a daughter. This, okay, I don't know what this means. Your mom is going to be your granddaughter, or is your granddaughter. You have a grandson, right?
No, I have a granddaughter.
Okay, well, this is your mom.
My
That's your mom.
granddaughter is my mom.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Okay, so I didn't understand this because she's showing me, okay, she stepped back and she showed me, she did show me 10. So when you said that, I wanted you to stop because I didn't want you to reveal anything else. But yeah, she showed me that she's standing, she is not, okay, she is parts of her, it's so hard to explain. Parts of her have reincarnated into your granddaughter. She is with your granddaughter. Okay, so yes, you're in a sense your daughter is your mom, but not exactly. Does that make sense? Like
Yes, it does make sense.
she is a bit of your mom. So she's saying that you have a chance to grow up together that you didn't get before, okay? And she's wanting to honor this connection, this sacred connection, in this space that y'all share with each other. And she said the bond is strong and it will continue to grow stronger now. So they're just holding time and space for this. And it's so beautiful because your mom is with you. She's with you, and yet she's with your granddaughter too. Not in the sense, like she's showing me that she's part of your granddaughter. So you remember how I was talking about Olive and Biddy, and
Yes,
then like me and Ann Stitzenheimer, right?
yes.
So like she is the other part of your granddaughter, and I'm feeling like, are you telling me she's going to have a grandson?
Oh my God.
Okay, so you're going to you're going to have a grandson too. And whoa, okay, so I'm seeing this. She's showing me that this is unbelievable news because she's showing me like my circumstance, like how unexpected it was. Like no one ever thought in a million years that I would come off of hospice and have a baby. So there may be health issues around mom, like questions about fertility, or no, what are you showing me?
Erica, both of my daughters are older. They're both in their 40s. They're both 40.
Okay, yeah, I know. Well, I was 38. It happens. It's like one of these menopausal babies. Like I'm telling you, I just have to go with what spirit and energy say. And I may be completely wrong, but it's a possibility. So she's saying that yes, you will have it's unexpected. So she's showing me my situation like it's not going to be expected. It's going to be a great surprise, but boy, hang on cuz it's going to keep you all young and on your toes, okay? So just
Will my daughter be okay?
yeah. Yeah, I think so. Do you know which one it is? Like you have a feeling?
I cannot imagine. One of them has an IUD, and the other one, her partner, has a vasectomy. So I don't know which one it would be.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. Okay, wait. So this may be the daughter with the IUD because I'm seeing a doctor's visit and I thought that that was like fertility issues. So maybe there's a problem with her IUD and she removes it or she thinks like I'm seeing a menopausal baby. Like she thinks that she's like out of the woodwork. She like I see a doctor's visit and I mean I guess that could be vasectomies fail, but it's like really unheard of, right?
No, I heard vasectomies, yeah, they fail or they can be reversed or.
Well, you got to keep me updated on this because oh, look at this in the chat. I came through after my dad had 2 vasectomies.
Oh my
So,
word. I can't tell you how excited I am.
well, listen, this is like they're showing me very literally like my situation. Like I was so not anywhere thinking I was going to have a baby. I thought I was dying, and here I am having a baby at 38 years old. And so they're showing me this situation. Your mom is showing me, and she's like, "Is your granddaughter a teen, like older?"
She's 13.
Okay, teenagers. So that's what she's showing me, like older. She's older. And so yeah, she's showing me this new unexpected arrival and how devastated the teenager is gonna be. She's gonna like, oh my God, this is ruining my life. Like I'm the only child, I'm the only grandchild, and now this baby has come and ruined everything. And there will be a time
Is this baby going to be a brother to my granddaughter?
that I don't know. This is what I'm seeing. Like, what is it? Is that confirmed? No. I don't know, girl. You're gonna have to keep me updated because I just see like this unexpected happy surprise. So
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited, Erica.
I hope they're delivering the right message. What if it's you? What if you're gonna have the baby?
Well, it could be me. I'm only 68, and
Yeah.
miracles happen all the time, but I don't even have a boyfriend, so that would be really hard.
Oh my gosh, you've got to keep me updated on this. I'm dying to know. I'm like, she showed me like 4 or 5 times just as confirmation. So this is confirmation. She's telling me there's going to be a baby.
Oh my
So
God, I'm so excited. Okay, one question though.
yeah, go ahead.
I don't want to keep you, but so you said my guides are saying that I'm doing the work that I need to be doing. They see it. Okay, because I haven't been able to connect to my guides or my higher
Yeah. Okay.
self or anything, and so I've really been. I keep telling myself it'll come when it comes.
They're stopping you when you're saying that. Like I threw up my hand and they're like, nope, nope, don't say that. They're there. And everyone has a very different way of connecting. It's not audible for everyone. Sometimes they said in the whispers of the wind. So maybe when you're outside in your garden, you have thoughts, like random thoughts, like how to start a revolution on a random Tuesday.
Amen.
And these are your guides coming through to you, okay? And so they want me to stop you and say that you are connected. It's just in a very different way than what I'm connected. So all the 4 tribes have a different way of connecting, and you have to find. Okay, so they're saying in the earth, when you're in the earth, you are connected, and you need to trust that, and don't talk yourself out of it because a lot of times you'll have self-doubt, like, oh no, well, maybe that's my imagination, or I made that up, or that wasn't real. But what I'm telling you is they're saying that they come through the whispers of the wind through the earth. So whenever you're doing the gardening, whenever you are listening to the earth, your guides are with you and they're very strong with you. So trust that, and you've got to keep me updated on this whole situation, okay? Please.
Oh my gosh! But if this comes to fruition, I will send you a cake.
Okay, deal. I don't take gifts or money, but I would eat a cake. We'll have a celebration cake. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you,
Hey,
Erica.
you please keep me updated, please.
I will. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
All right.
Love you.
Love you. Okay. So I have 3 in line, and I promise I will get to all 3 of you, and then I'm done, okay? Unless there's something just has to come through. Hello, mermaids and unicorns.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Okay,
I'm so
so
excited.
how this works for me is like I have to just listen to your voice for a minute, and then um, your energy or spirit will bring through the connection. Before I do that, are you okay with anything and everything that comes through?
I am everything and anything.
Okay, so just to start, just tell me a little bit about your day, and whenever I need you to stop, I'll just say, okay, that's enough. Like, and then I don't want to interrupt you, but once they start coming through, then I have to stop. Okay, so go ahead and just tell me what you've been doing today, and we'll see what comes through for you. Okay.
I've had a lazy day. I'm about to work the next 3 days, and so today I was just laying around doing pretty much nothing. I've had my grandbabies the other days.
Okay, so immediately I have a universal message for you. And what this is like it comes through energy, and it's not necessarily connected to one person, place, or thing. So it could be from your guide team, it can just be from the universe itself. And okay, well, you're okay with anything and everything.
Yes.
Okay, so you are overextending yourself in so many ways. And okay, what does this mean? This means that you are, well, most moms are, but you are overexhausted. You are giving and giving and giving, and people are taking and taking and taking. Eh, this could be a message for the collective too. Okay, so I'm rocking back. Oh my gosh. Okay, this energy is intense, and it feels like overwhelming. It feels like you are overexerted and overextended and overstretched. And it feels like people are pulling you in all different directions. Like they're giving me this image of those little stretch toys that we had when we were kids that you could pull their arms and legs in different directions, and they would stretch and stretch and stretch. They're showing me that. So you're stretching yourself a little too thin recently. What they want you to do is take moments. Okay. Do you have a husband? No. Who is this man? I have trouble connecting and talking to male energies, which is not uncommon through my whole entire life. But this man is your father. Do you have a dad that's passed?
No, I do not.
Okay, wait. So this is someone else's dad. Can you wait just a minute, please? No. This message is for you. Okay, so sometimes when they show me this, it means like a grandfather who was close like a father.
Yes.
Because he's showing me, he's very adamant. No, I'm her dad. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
but I'm confused here. So, okay, so this is what he's saying. This is your grandpa. And he was a lot like your dad.
Yes.
Okay, so this makes sense. Thank you for that confirmation. Okay, so I have your grandpa now, and he's saying like, well, he's saying the same things. Like, girl, slow down for a minute. Okay, yes, thank you. There's this message coming through a lot for the collective to rest, to conserve, because we're going to have a lot to do, and you are an intricate part of New Earth. And I don't know if you've ever heard that concept, but it's like a new way of existing. Do you do something in finance?
I do not. Um, is it all right to tell you what I am?
No, wait, stop. Because was he, your grandpa is showing me like a bank. and I don't know what this means. So just sit with me for a minute and we'll get through this message and then you can tell me what you think it might be. So he's showing me a bank and I don't know what this means. If it's like, can you clarify? Show me a different way. Okay, losing money. Losing money. Okay. So finances. I don't know what this is. If you're having a hard financial hard financial situation, you feel overstretched. So maybe finances are thin too. He wants you to know that what is coming up. Does spirit and energy keep telling me this, and I don't know how soon this is, but money is not going to matter, and we will be valued for our connections, our creativity, our knowledge of the earth and spirits. And so your grandpa is telling me that money's not going to matter. Money's not going to matter, and you have to stay true to yourself. And is this message resonating with you?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'm just want to keep on the right path. Okay, so this is for you. Okay. Also, are you oh, I don't know if it's okay, but so have you been through a divorce?
Yes, I have.
Are you going through the divorce right now?
No.
Okay, so it feels still very raw, still like it just happened. So a lot of times when they show me this, it is their way of saying like it still hurts. Like that wound is still there. Um, you're not remarried. You are, you're not. What is he saying?
I'm with somebody.
Uh, oh God. So your grandpa is okay, wait. Oh no, we're not going here. This is not
Yes,
a personal space.
say it because he's funny.
Okay, so he's saying, yeah, he's got husband benefits, but he's not a husband. He's got
Yeah.
husband privileges, but he's not the husband.
Right.
So your grandpa is just throwing shade at this man like he needs to man up. He needs to get his act together if he's going to be with you. And this is his way of saying, I'm sorry, but this is his way of saying like he wants this man to take oh, he wants this man to step up. So I don't know if you understand this, but
Yes.
he's wanting this man to step up and take some responsibilities. And if he can't do that, if he can't meet you, then you need to say, see you later.
Gotcha.
But this is his way of just confirming that you are connected and that you have that connection. Even though he's not in his physical form, he's still around you, sees you, loves you, and wants you to do well. Okay, so he's just confirming all that for you. And also, okay, this is interesting. What are you showing me? Did this boyfriend get you a dog?
He didn't get me a dog. We got a dog kind of together.
Okay, well, stop there, because he's saying, yeah, he gave her a dog, but she has to take care of it. Just like he's saying, okay, so he's saying, this is his way of saying, like, he may not really like this guy for you, to be honest. Like, he's saying that this guy has all the privileges and benefits, but you're not getting anything out of this relationship other than a wife privilege, girlfriend privileges, benefits. So bedroom benefit. He said bedroom benefits. So Jesus, Grandpa, what are you doing? So anyway, this is the message, and he said that if this man can't step up, he needs to step out.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry for that message, but that's what your grandpa had to say today. And it's also his way of letting you know that he sees your life and he knows what's going on and he loves you and wants you to do well. And sometimes when people are in our lives, they can actually take more from us instead of adding. Okay, so this, what are you trying to say? Okay, so what he's trying to say is that this man that, okay, so he thinks that, he's telling me you think that you really love him, but he wants me to tell you he showed me what I told my daughter the other day. If he wanted to, he could.
Got it.
Okay, so your granddad loves you and he wants you to be well and happy and wants someone to add to your life instead of taking from it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
Nope. That would be it.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks. Oh my gosh. I never know what is going to happen and go through. Hey, Emma. How are you? Yeah, I can.
I'm good. I'm really glad you're doing this. I really appreciate you using your energy for this.
Aw, thank you.
I just moved to a new place last weekend, and I don't have any kids or anything. It's been a little hard for me to connect with the spirit of love, and
Yeah.
I just don't know
Okay.
who I am at
So
all.
I know. So I have a message for you today, okay? And this is a universal message. This is from your guide team, okay? And a lot of times when we have our guide teams, we wonder, why did you align me with this if you were going to let me be so lonely? And what I want to tell you is that you're never alone. Okay, I want you to rediscover your Biddy or your Ann Snitzenheimer. And I don't know if you were here for that message. Rangers,
Yeah,
stop
I
it.
love the Muppet,
Okay, so
the Swedish Chef.
so if you can, Rangers open in bags down here. So if you can, hang on a second, sorry. Um, they want you to know that you're never alone and that you are whole. And you need to rediscover this part of yourself. And how you need to do that is that through creativity. And they're saying that you're a creative person and you've just stopped creating.
Yeah.
Okay, because there's been pain. And I feel this pain, this deep loneliness, this disconnection. The collective May can help me with this message. There is this, like, it's a poem or a message, and it says something about if you don't know what to do, take a walk in nature or something like that. And if you feel alone, like, there's things to do. Like, I'm gonna have to look it up and send it to you because they're showing me this and they're telling me that I feel your disconnection and your loneliness, and they want you to create. They want you to create things with your hands. I don't know if you've ever tried clay, but they're showing me clay, and this is going to be more about a therapeutic thing. You don't need to try to sell it. It's just for you. Tell a story through that medium. They're also showing me a disconnection from family. So, like, they're showing me, okay, you made choices that your family didn't like, and you have, okay, I feel this as a mom. I'm feeling, okay, as parents, sometimes parents make mistakes. Your parents have made a mistake. And I'm going to tell you something, and I don't say this lightly, but some parents never see their mistakes.
Yeah.
Okay, some parents cannot see. Some parents will double down just so they're not wrong. And this very much feels like your parents. Like, they're going to double down and even be harder. I want to say I'm sorry for that. And your God team sees this and they know the loneliness that you feel, but they also know that you can kind of be, which is the word I'm looking for, withdrawn, reclusive. Like, you are very much okay with being alone, but you don't want to be lonely. So here's what I want to tell you. I want you to rediscover your twin that's inside of you, your flame, what makes you passionate and excited. There's so much disconnection. Like, I don't understand what they're showing me. It feels like it's around your parents.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's like self-sabotage
Okay,
on
that's
my
what they're
part.
saying. Like, okay. So listen, you're young, right? Like, how old are you?
I'm 32.
Okay, so that's what I thought. There was a point in my life too where every okay, you have to do some work on yourself and you have to create things and you have to create the relationships that you want. And I very much see self sabotage in this. Like, I'm going to say this to you because it changed my life in a radical way. And I hope that it does yours too. But I'm going to tell you today, you are deserving of love. You are worthy of love. And it is okay to accept that from people. I think that I feel all of your feelings and I feel how this message is coming to you. I want you to know that we've all been where you have stood. And it's okay to not know exactly what you want to do or who you want to be or what career you want. It's not a failure on your part. It's a chance to grow and a chance to learn. And they're wanting you very much to learn to reconnect, because I think people your age and even my age and people younger than us have a really hard time with connection, like real, true connection. It's easier online, but they're asking you to, okay, what is this? Do you work in a coffee shop?
No. I was thinking of, I mean, I need to
Okay,
get a
so
job.
yeah, so they're showing me a coffee shop, and I think maybe this is your web connection. Like, I don't know if you're going to start work here or you need to pursue this. And okay, so yeah, I see you not just in the coffee shop, but serving coffee. And so this is going to be your job. So
That's awesome.
they're aligning this for you, but they want you to know that you have to pursue it. Okay, so a lot of times there has to be action past an application. So they're wanting me to tell you to call after you apply. So, okay, they're aligning you with this in a very divine way. And they're saying that through this job, you will find that connection and get rid of some loneliness. And it will allow you to get out into the world in a safe way, in a way that you feel comfortable.
Thank you so much.
So if there is a local coffee shop, I want you to go apply, and then they want you to follow up with a phone call saying, hey, I put in my application and I'm ready to work whenever y'all need me. What's it looking like? Like just the squeaky wheel gets the grease. Okay. And this is something that spirit and energy are leading you to. So they're going to help you, but it's going to require a follow-up call. They're showing me that already. So, and we're not taught that, but this feels like something that can even morph into your own place. Like, okay, so they just showed me that you're working there, but also like this is something where you take on a new position. Like you're going to excel in this work because you're going to find your rhythm and your pace, and it's creating something with your hands. It's more than just coffee, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, keep me updated, and if you need me, I'm here. Okay, reach out.
Okay. Thank you so much. You helped me
Okay,
so
thank you.
much. Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all, I may have to stop. It is like coming, we've had, I don't know if y'all can see, it's coming a flood here, and, tonight, so this should be interesting. Man, I love y'all, and we'll